Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video here on the Auto Wisdom YouTube channel. Enjoy this hot lap footage of my BMW E92 328i track car at Buttonwillow running the CW13 configuration. Honestly, it was a terrible lap, and after the footage, stay tuned for some of the commentary, and I will go in and explain some of the deficiencies and hiccups we ran into with the car during this track day. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that hot lap footage, and let's talk about the car a little bit and talk about my own take on how the car performed at Buttonwillow. This footage was actually recorded back in February, so it's been quite some time since I've had the opportunity to finally cut up the footage, edit it, and get this video posted out for you guys. And I know a lot of people have been asking and showing a lot of interest in this track car project. Unfortunately, the car did okay during this track day. I definitely had a lot of track rust that needed to be shaked off as usual. This was only the second track day in the 328i and the first one that we did at Buttonwillow, so definitely a lot to learn and pick back up on. Unfortunately, there were a few issues that we ran into with the car. Now, if you are a keen viewer, you'll note that the car at the time of this footage was running the KW V1 Coilover suspension, and we're also using the Cobb beefier sway bars in the front and rear of the vehicle. Now, the sway bar end link bracket on the KW V1 Coilover strut actually snapped during this track day and basically disconnected our Cobb tuning sway bar that was at the front axle of the vehicle. So in essence, we had no front sway bar while we were on the track, and you can really see that being evident in some of the hot lap footage. If you look at some of the turns that I'm hitting right before entering bus stop, exiting Cotton's corners, and just at pretty much every single part of the track that required some type of heavy lateral movement of the vehicle, you'll see that the car is basically, like, it looks like it's gonna, you know, tilt and tip over, and it definitely felt quite sketchy. The car also felt very unstable in the sense that because the sway bar was basically inactive, it was just a oversteery mess. It was sliding constantly and it was very frustrating to drive. The other unfortunate aspect was that it was difficult to get a clean hot lap in because the car went into limp mode a few times. I'm not entirely sure why this was the case. I believe it was due to fuel starvation, if I'm not mistaken. We are running full E85 in this vehicle, and it only happened when the car had about, I would say, maybe a third of a tank of fuel, and it seemed to happen right after exiting Cotton's Corners, you know, before entering the bus stop area on the Buttonwillow racetrack. Basically at, you know, full tilt, the car would just like cut power suddenly, basically to the point where I would have to roll the car to a complete stop. I would get the half engine light on the screen in between the gauge cluster of the car. I'd have to shut it off on track while a hot track session was running, turn the car back on, and it was good to go after that. First time that happened, I thought we blew the motor. I thought something catastrophic happened. Fortunately, all is well with the vehicle, but it was a little concerning in the sense that we couldn't fully decipher what the cause was for this limp mode issue, and I can only really pin it down to fuel starvation, as it only seemed to happen when the car had about a third of a tank of fuel left. So we do plan on taking the car back to the track relatively soon, and we do have a few other upgrades in mind with the car. But right now in Southern California, I'm sure many of you guys can relate, it is super hot out here, and it is very difficult to, you know, have an enjoyable track day when the heat is sweltering and you're absolutely miserable the moment you step outside. These Accelera 651 extra sport tires, or whatever they're called, they're okay for, you know, getting them for around 300 bucks brand new for the set. Great value, you know, great learner track tire if you want to just, you know, kill a bunch of hot laps and really burn through a set of tires for cheap while improving your driver skill. This is a great set of tires to go for, but if you're really looking to run some serious and competitive lap times, there are definitely better brands out there. I can't wait for the weather to cool down. You know, we're not far out from October and November, so fall is right around the corner, and at that point with the cooler temps, we should be able to get back out on the track with the 328i, and I will have more build updates and more track content for you all. That's the quick update for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, if you did enjoy the footage that you saw, please make sure to go ahead and leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Stay tuned for many more reviews and more content coming in the future weeks, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.